Hey, Rashawn here. Welcome to the channel. So this video is gonna be for high school students entering their final year. It's gonna be me giving 5 tips that I would basically give myself from when I was in high school. I'm gonna try my best to give a good explanation for my reasons of putting these as tips, but bear with me if I didn't explain it well. You can comment down below if you'd like to hear something specific in the future. So the first tip is to deeply think about your career path of interest. So although this should be obvious by now, you should have I won't say a clear understanding, but a good understanding of what you want to do with your future. But I personally understand how it feels to not have a clear idea of what I want to do. Because, for example, I didn't have a clear idea. I I always heard of engineering, but I never fully had an understanding of what it entailed. Like I knew that people that were good at math and physics, science was able to become engineers. Well, you don't have to be all that good in math, just so you know. But yeah, I saw it as a good fit for me just because I liked math and science. But when I looked into it one day, I finally realized that it's much more than just math and science. It's design, it's creativity, it's projects, products. So looking into a career will definitely help you to choose your major, or should I say choose the right major for you. It's possible that you can have a certain idea for a career, but you don't have the right info for what that career is about. It would be beneficial to you if you look into that career deeper so that you can see if it's actually something you want to do with your future, if it's something you want to spend a lot of your life on. This is a tip that affects the rest of the tips ahead. So if you have no idea, for what you want to do with your future, I suggest looking at different YouTube videos. Like just search up engineering, what it's about. Search up accounting, what it's about. Computer science. Just search up the different topics. We're in the internet age. You can search up almost anything online. So just use what you have so that you can see if it's the right thing for you. So after you've deeply thought about your career path, your careers of interest, you should then look into taking classes that would be beneficial for this career path. So let's say you choose engineering. You would want to take a lot of math classes for your high school year. So again, I'm making this video for seniors in high school. So I'm not saying if you was only taking trigonometry to just jump into AP calculus, because you need to have taken pre-calc and calc to reach to AP calculus. But if you're doing engineering and you know that you're not the best in math, you should still try to get into a math class for your senior year, or at least into 2 math classes for your senior year, because it's just going to be beneficial for you. It's going to be something that you're working with all the time. At my school, all engineers have to take general physics 1 and 2, so it's good to just get yourself familiar with certain topics from now. You'll be ahead by knowing some of the topics from the beginning. If you're interested in going into the medical field, then you should try to take as much biology classes, chemistry classes, and even physics if possible. So I would suggest, if your school has it, to take AP biology and AP chemistry and possibly physics. Yeah, as long as your school has it, you should use the opportunities that are open to you. So the next tip is to gain beneficial skills and experiences for your career path. So you may be wondering, why would I need certain skills if I'm taking the classes? Um, a career is much more than just the classes you take. It's a lot about the experiences you have, the skills you've gained. It's like coupons that continue to build and build and build until you have a good deal for your future. So gain a lot of skills and experiences. For example, let's say you join a robotics club and you're interested in electric engineering. So, what can being in a robotics club do for you? One, it can make you familiarize yourself with programming. Someone will have to program the robot to do certain tasks. Now, being in the robotics club can also help you get an understanding for hardware engineering. Another value of being in a robotics club is to gain experience with circuitry, electric engineering. So join clubs that are going to be beneficial for your career path. If you want to become a computer scientist, try to take some online classes, even free online classes. That's all I do, just so you know. I don't really pay for anything. So you're aspiring to be a software engineer. From now you should try to learn Python. You should try to learn JavaScript, C++. Familiarize yourself with these programming languages because you'll get a head start basically. I started programming in college, my second semester freshman year. So it's never too late to jump in, because the freshman year a lot of people are switching their majors because again they didn't have a full understanding or a general understanding of the career that they're pursuing, so they changed their major because it's not what they expected. So getting a head start in programming, it's beneficial, but it's not exactly that you wouldn't be a good computer scientist just because you didn't do it your senior year in high school. That's not the case. I'm just trying to make sure you're ahead of the game basically. Now, this tip, if you don't do it, it kind of sacrifices the other tips that was said previously. So the fourth tip is to apply for colleges early. Now, I know this would seem to be like an obvious thing, but it's not for everyone. For example, I only applied for 3 schools and I messed up, but again, that's why I'm making this video, to help out someone else who's going to be going to college soon. Yeah, you should apply for colleges early because there's some schools, or a lot of schools, I'm not sure exactly the amount, but there are schools that their deadline for applications end in the fall semester, and there's some schools that their deadlines end in the spring semester. That's how I got to college, because the school I'm going to right now, their deadline ended in the spring semester, because I didn't care. I was a good student. I was doing well in my classes. I was taking those AP classes I talked about, AP Calc, AP Bio, AP English Lit, and I also took physics. And I didn't care to apply for colleges. I saw it as a nuisance. I saw it as less important than the classes that I was taking. But because of that, I wasn't able to even apply for higher level schools. So I had to settle for whatever I applied to. So it's very beneficial to apply to colleges early, and or at least to start thinking about which colleges you want to go to, so that you can gather up the documents needed, such as the letter of recommendation, a resume if they ask for it, your high school transcript, and if you have to type up the essays, you'd want to do that early on. Now, personally for me, this is an important tip because, like I said with tip 4, if you don't apply for colleges early, you lose the chance to even attend a good school. So tip 5 now is to look into many scholarships and apply for as much as you can. For me personally, I believe you should not get into a lot of debt. Like student loans, their interest rates are terrible, and college prices are increasing every year. So I would recommend really looking into scholarships as if you're looking into colleges, because it just benefits you in the long run. You don't want to have $100,000 in student loans when you graduate. Look into scholarships as if it's your last chance to go to college. Like, look at it as the final say. Of course, I'm not saying if you can't find any scholarship, don't go to college at all, but I do feel you should think about it very seriously, similarly like that, because it's not a joke. You don't want to be in debt. It's better that you get into, or should I say, leave college with as little negative balance as possible. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for watching.